Beneath his stormy surface flowed the warm tide of compassion and kindness.
HVL.
Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Oh, Miss Lucy dead and gone, left me here to weep and moan.
Hey, what's up, softball fans? Welcome into What in the HVL. As always, I'm your host, Adam Peterson, and I'm here to bring you all the softball action from Week 6 in the Hiawatha Valley League. Some big matchups happen, some exciting games, and of course, some individual performances that will absolutely blow you away. Let's get right to it. Monday, April 28th, the storms are brewing, and I don't mean the Dover-Eyota youth softball program. I believe every game on the docket was canceled or rescheduled for a later date. Smart move, because it looked nasty later in the evening, which was fine by me because I sleep like a baby when there's heavy rain and thunderstorms. So love hearing that at night. Anyway, let's move on to the next day of the calendar, a busy one. Tuesday, April 29th, Byron at Lourdes. First game, like I said, in Rochester was the Rochester Lourdes Eagles taking on the Byron Bears. The Bears haven't been able to buy a game for a while due to a schedule conflicts and, of course, the weather that we just talked about. And I don't know what they were doing on their time off to hit the ball like they did on Tuesday night, but if Coach Harmon could pass along that secret this way, we would appreciate it in Stewartville. Byron racked up 21 hits, played at 25, yes, 25 runs, and this one ended early after 5 innings. Final score was 25-7. 20 of the 21 hits were singles. 11 different players with at least one hit. 6 players with multi-hit games. None better than Caden's first dad, who had herself a day all day. All day K, baby, that is, going 5 for 6 with 5 runs scored. That's just silly. Just silly. Headlines for this game. Generous Byron donation will help replace scoreboard they broke. Bears put up 25 runs behind first dad's big day. Nice little check here, Coach Harmon sent. I see he signed it and everything. Unbelievable. In terms of the box score, it is Byron, 25 runs on 21 hits, 3 errors, 7 runs for Lourdes, 8 hits, 3 errors for the Eagles. Caden's first dad, you heard me talk about all day, K. 5 for 6, 5 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Max Steele, 3 for 6 with an RBI run scored. Macy Barringer, 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored. Tally Barons, 2 for 4 with an RBI run scored. Hattie Mathry, I believe, she's been hot at the plate. I believe 16 of her last 20 plate appearances, she's reached base safely. Well, apparently the ceviche down in Mexico didn't cool down her bat. 2 for 3 this game. 4 runs scored. RBI, Ella Brennan, 2 for 5 with 3 runs scored and 2 RBIs, 1 hit each, as well as the RBIs here. And Portner had 1 hit with 3 RBIs. Augenstein with 2 RBIs and 1 hit. Paulson, Strain, Clark, all with 1 hit. Clark had the 2 RBIs. Incredible. When you put up that many runs, you get RBIs everywhere. Grace Boyson for Lourdes. Good day for her. 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Avery Wasniewski, 2 for 3 with a double RBI scored. Anna Winicky, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Ali Restovich, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Taylor Sealhammer, 1 for 2 with a run scored. That would move us on. A doubleheader between Zumbrota-Mazeppa and Cannon Falls. Game 1, Cougars jump on top in the bottom of the first to go up 1-0, but the Bomber bats heated up in the third. 5 straight hits by Gomes, Shoquist, Ritz, and Mengi, followed by a bases clearing triple by Emma Templin. That plates 4 total. ZM would cut the lead to 1 with 2 runs in the fourth. It was 4-3 Bombers, but then Avery Rustad took matters into her own hands. A 2-run home run in the top of the 5th. Cannon Falls sails to a 7-4 win in Game 1. Templin gets the win on the mound, and she teams up with Mengi and Rustad as they each had 2 RBIs in the game. I believe I have a box score here. I do. In Game 1, Cannon Falls, 7 runs on 11 hits, 4 errors. Zumbrota-Mazeppa, 4 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. In terms of statistics for game 1, complete game win for Emma Templin. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. She was also 1 for 3 at the plate with that 2 RBI triple like I talked about. Maya Mengi, 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and runs scored for my favorite catcher. She's unbelievable. Favorite catcher, not wearing Stewartville gear. I should say that because we love Kaylee Learman in Tiger Nation. Avery Rustad, 1 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs. Josie Showquist, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Pagel, Myers, Ritz, Gomes, 1 hit each. That moves us to Zumbrota-Mazeppa stats. 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. That was Addie Liffrig. Braley-Peterson, 1 for 4. Emma Bach, 1 for 4 with a triple and a run scored. Paisley-Peterson, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Now we move over to game 2. Cougars scored 2 in the top of the 3rd. Bombers answer back with 4 of their own. It was back and forth we go. It is 7-3 Bombers going into the 6th inning, and ZM plates 5 runs to take the lead, 8-7. Now we're in the bottom of the 6th. Josie Showquist with a single. Anna Ritz grounds into a fielder's choice. All runners safe. Maya Mengi draws a walk, so bases juiced with no outs. Emma Templin smokes one to center field. 2 runs coming around as Coach Adams just waving them in, and the Bombers end up winning this one in dramatic fashion. 9-8 was the final score. Templin with a huge game at the plate, 3 for 4 with game-winning RBIs, essentially game-winning. I know it was go-ahead, but they turned out to be the game-winning RBIs. In the 6th, Claire Myers went off as well, 2 for 3 with 4. Yes, 4 RBIs for Myers. Let's get to the headlines because there were 2 games. I think you deserve 2 headlines. Let's see what we got here. First one, Sean Paul says, Emma got the right temperature. I hope you guys know that song. It's fantastic. Look it up. She's got the right temperature for Cannon Falls versus ZM. Templin wins game 1 on the mound, game-winning RBIs in game 2. There she is, standing on a beach. I think that must be Cannon Falls. And then Bombers break out the brooms in sweep of Cougars. Cannon Falls takes 2 thrillers over HVL foe ZM. Outstanding headlines there in the With Weekly this week. Zumbrota-Mazeppa, 8 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. Cannon Falls, 9 runs on 12 hits, 7 errors. Tough game defensively for Cannon Falls, but they get the job done in the scoring columns. Emma Templin, I said she had a fantastic day. 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Claire Myers, 2 for 3 with 2 double and 4 RBIs. Avery Rustad, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Allie Pagel, 2 for 4 with a triple, 2 runs scored, RBI. She also got the win on the mound as she went a complete game. 11 strikeouts for the junior Pagel. Maya Mengi, 1 for 2 with a run scored, 2 walks. People don't want to pitch to her. I don't either. Maya Mengi, fantastic. Still hitting over 500 this season. Anna Ritz, 1 for 4 with a triple run scored. Josie Showquist, 1 for 3. For Zumbrota-Mazeppa, Braley-Peterson, 2 for 5 RBI, a run scored. Paisley-Peterson, 2 for 4 with a double, 2 RBIs. Emma Bach, 1 for 3, a double, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Isabella Johnson, 1 for 4, as was Addie Kennedy. That moves us to the next game. It's going to be Goodhue heading to the island to take on the Panthers. A tough HVL matchup for sure. Pine Island got on the board in the bottom of the 1st was with a Kaylee Passau 2-run home run. Panthers would get another in the 3rd on a sac bunt by Lauren Elsmore. Now 3-0 Pine Island. Goodhue would battle back in the with 2 runs in the 4th. And 2 runs in the 5th. That made it 4-3 Wildcats. And we got a game here, people. It stayed that way until the bottom of the 6th. The Pine Island Bats were unbelievable in this inning. They woke up, plated 5 runs, including a couple 2 RBI doubles by Slicner and Peyton Barnett. And Pine Island comes back to win this one. 8-5 is the final score. You heard some big plays there. Now you can see them here. 3 big hits by Pine Island. That was the difference. I got the video coming up here. That's the Kaylee Passau home run, 2-run shot. We talked about that one. And then here comes Jenna Slicner, a 2 RBI double for the catcher out of Pine Island. Through to center field, gets good contact on that. Two Panthers come around, and the 3rd big hit of the game, Peyton Barnett, a 2 RBI double for the freshman shortstop out of Pine Island. Again to center field, just going straight up the middle. We got 2 runs coming around. Going to score all the way from 1st. As the Panthers take this game. Here's the headlines. Pass a slice of cake, of wing cake, as Coach Jones is paying like Peyton. I hope you guys get that one. 2 RBIs each for the Panthers trio, and there's Coach Kim Jones cutting a slice of cake up. We'll get you back to your favorite Host, get them back on the screen as we see these. Whoop, these ladies, I think. I don't know which way I got to go. Never know. Either way, there's the headlines for Pine Island. Big game for them. Goodhue, 5 runs on 5 hits, 4 errors. Pine Island, 8 runs on 6 hits, 3 errors. Kylie Pascal, 3 for 3 on the game. A home run, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Jenna Sleisner, 1 for 4 with a double, 2 RBIs. Peyton Barnett, 1 for 2 with the double, 2 RBIs, a run scored. Jaden Volts, 1 for 3 with a double, run scored. Maddie Skipstead gets the win on the mound. My girl, 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout for the freshman. In terms of Goodhue, Emma Voth, 2 for 4 with a double, 2 runs scored and RBI. She pitched well, 6 innings pitched, 6 hits. Only one of those runs was earned, 7 strikeouts. Kylie Mandelkow, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs, a stolen base. Lola Christensen, 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and a stolen base. And Jenna Nelson, 1 for 3. Next up, it's going to be, this is the last game from Tuesday night. It was in Lake City. It was the Tigers taking on the Kasson-Mantorville Comets. KM came out hotter than a pistol. 5 runs in the first inning behind hits by Grunke, Olsen, Hyatt, and Farnsworth. Comets would plate 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th as they end this one early. Lake City only able to muster 3 hits on the day as Emily Olsen continues her stellar junior season in the blue and white. Final score for the Comets, 13-1. Headlines here. Mann and Farnsworth carry a Cara full of RBIs out of Lake City. 8 of KM's 13 runs driven in was by this Comet duo right here, Mann and Farnsworth. What do we got for a box score here? KM, 13 runs on 11 hits, no errors. Lake City, 1 run on 3 hits, and they had 4 errors. Individual statistics here. Cara Farnsworth, 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs. Grace Mann, 2 for 4 with a double, 4 runs scored, 3 RBIs. Emily Olsen, 2 for 4 with a double, 2 runs scored, an RBI. She also got the win on the mound, 6 innings pitched. Did they go 6 or 5? Yeah, they went 6. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. Allie Grunke, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Alex Hyatt, 1 for 3, 2 runs scored. Kylie Harwood, 1 for 4, 2 RBIs. I apologize to Kasson-Mantorville. I forgot to insert the pictures they sent me from this game and apply the stats. So big time apologies. That was my doing here. I know I got a folder with pictures and I completely forgot to put them in this. Hope they forgive me. That was my oversight. In terms of Lake City, Kylie Mann went 1 for 3. Ella Rumley, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Abby Evans, 1 for 2 with an RBI. That moves us on to Wednesday, April 30th. April 30th, couple games Wednesday night. Stewartville, Dover-Eyota, that was a reschedule, as was Cannon Falls and Byron from Monday night, as you saw earlier in this show. Let's start out in Tiger Nation, my favorite place to be. It was our adopted Dover-Eyota Eagles. They came to town to take on my Stewartville Tigers and talk about 2 unbelievable juniors squaring off on the mound. It was Aubrey Foster from Dover-Eyota and Sydney Clark for Stewartville. First inning, Haley Lourdes of Stewartville rips one to the right field. She ends up on second, then no, it was a rip to left field. I apologize. Lourdes ripped it to left field. She ends up on second. Then Kaylee Learman sacrifice bunt moves Lourdes over because it gets misplayed. Lourdes would score on that sacrifice bunt. Brooklyn-Peterson then reaches on an error, so 2 on with no outs. Sydney Clark singles to center field, bringing Lehrman in, and it would be 2-0 Tigers after 1. In the top of the second inning, just as Dover-Eyota was looking to get something going, really bad luck for the Eagles. A rip shot to the right side by Nora Hansen was definitely going to make it through to right field. Hits the runner for the 3rd out of the inning. Foster would scatter a few hits the rest of the way, get out of some jams, leaving runners on base. Clara on the other side was also hanging zeros, and those 2 runs in the first inning were all that came across. Final score in this one, 2-0 Stewartville. Headlines for this game. I didn't even have headlines. I don't know what I did with them. I don't even know what the headlines would have been. Incredible game, though. Dover-Eyota, Stewartville. Here's the box score. 0 runs on 2 hits, 3 errors for Dover-Eyota. Stewartville, 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors. In terms of statistics, Sydney Clark got the win on the mound. Skip ahead. Win on the mound, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, 0 runs, 12 strikeouts for the junior pitcher, 1 for 3 and an RBI at the plate. Haley Lourdes, 2 for 4 with a run scored, and she is hitting the snot out of the ball. Love to see her peaking at this time of the year. Then we had Johanna Cahoon, 1 for 3, ripped one down the left field line, I believe it was, for a double. Addie Eckerman, 1 for 3 for our lefty, the softball silent assassin. Cora Johnson, 1 for 3 for her, and Brooklyn-Peterson was 1 for 3 as well. Thank you, Addie Hansen, for not snagging the ball. That would have broke my heart. Brooklyn's ball got through up the middle, right center, and then Kaylee Lehrman, 2 sacrifice bunt, and another runner hose for the human eraser. Kaylee Lehrman, the senior behind the plate in Tiger Nation. For Dover-Eyota, Aubrey Foster, I thought she pitched fantastic. She moves the ball really well, outside, inside corner, even differs heights, spins it, 6-inning pitch, scattered the 7 hits. No runs were earned on that game. 1 for 3 at the plate, had a beautiful opposite field hit. I don't think anybody, between her and Addie Ackerman, in terms of lefties that hit the ball the other way, not many people do that better than Aubrey Foster. Nora Hansen was also 1 for 2. You see here at third base. Marge, make her walk the plank, Marge. She got that cannon. Unbelievable. Speaking of, so Dover-Eyota stat. So this was the first time this year, we'll talk about Dover-Eyota here just a little bit. This is the first time this year I've been able to see the Eagles in person. Watched a couple games when they played our HVL teams online, like if Game Changer allows those videos. Really solid squad over in Dover-Eyota. Came into this game 8-3. I thought, like I said, I thought Aubrey pitched really well. She gave Dover-Eyota a chance to win, even at the end with a base hit to the left side. Not many girls, tough situation, a lot of pressure, gets on base. That means one swing of the bat would tie this game up, so she gave him a chance. Nora Hansen, great contact her first at bat, ripped one to the right side. We talked about that. Just coming in too hot for the runner to be able to move out of the way. Hard luck, that happens. Miranda Palmby, she has a swing that made us all hold our breath a few times. She can change the course of the game for sure, just with one swing of the bat. In addition to what I consider Palmby has the best bubble braid in all of the Three Rivers Conference. Speaking of Palmby, pretty bummed that the assistant coach gave my boy Crew all the love and was excited to see him. And I was like chopped liver standing right next to him. But nothing. That's okay, though, because Crew's a stud, so I think I'll let that slide. Olivia Bannett, she has some wheels. She covered a lot of ground on her way to a foul ball down the left field line that her and Reese worked together to make a spectacular play, getting the out. Addie Hansen at second base, like I said, she almost broke my heart, just inches away from robbing Brooklyn of that line drive hit. Just like Lauren Elsmore and Kylie Meyer, they broke my heart earlier in this season. I haven't forgot about that. Forgave them, haven't forgot. But really cool to see the girls that I talk about over the last few weeks, to see them in person. We'll talk about their other game this week against, I think it was Rushford-Peterson in our adopted HVL segment just later in the show. But just off the field, so great to see the Fosters and Hansons, just incredible people to be around. Even after a close game like that, they were still so awesome to chat with, even though I would have given them a pass if they would have told me, hey, Adam, go pound sand, right? You'll see you in the next week or something. Just appreciate the support of those two families that they've given, not just to Brooklyn, but both of our girls, and continue to give them. So lucky to have crossed paths with them. Can't wait to hang out with them again this summer. Also, spread some big sticks energy around softball fields with those two guys, Chad and Adam. It's going to be fantastic. Also, you heard the aforementioned Crew. Well, that means big thanks to Caden, Celicia, and Sean as well from Byron coming over to support the girls from our team that we all played with together last summer. I've always said one of my favorite things about Brooklyn playing with the club she does is the friends we've made along the way. Why they choose to let us into that amazing group of friends, I'll never know. My best guess is that they probably like Crystal so much that they just put up with me as a compromise. I think that's the way it goes. Let's get to the next game here. Speaking of Byron, Byron and Cannon Falls, I think their game started at like 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, getting out of school early, I would imagine. These two teams are the ones I thought in the beginning of the season could be the front runners for the conference title. Bears coming in at 6-3, fresh off a 25-run outburst against Lourdes. Cannon Falls sits at 9-2 following the sweep of Zumbrota-Mazeppa. If there was any indication of how this game was going to go on Wednesday, we found out after just one inning. Tally Behrens leads the game off with a solo home run. The next 7 girls reach base, including a 2 RBI triple by Caden's first set. 5 runs come across the plate before the first out was ever recorded. 15 batters came up to the plate. 11 runs scored. A huge hole for Cannon Falls to try to dig out of. Byron would score another 3 in the second to make it 14-0, and Tally Behrens carried a no-hitter into the fourth before Maya Mengi broke it up with a double to left field. Not much else working for Cannon Falls. Unfortunately for the Bombers, good for Byron. The Bombers had just an off night while Byron has stayed hot. Probably no team hotter, to be honest with you. Final score in 5 innings. Bears win it 14-0. Is there any team hotter in the HVL right now than the Byron Bears? 14 runs on 15 hits, and more importantly, their defense, 0 errors. This team is outstanding. Got to be worried about that. Here it is. April showers bring Byron power. Bears score 72 runs over their 5-game win streak right now. Big smile on Coach Harmon's face. Well, maybe not a smile, but it's hiding. It's hiding there. He's standing in the rain. Unbelievable game for Byron as they score 11 runs in the first inning. 14 runs on 15 hits, no errors. Cannon Falls, like I said, just had an off night. No runs on 1 hit, 7 errors. Maya Mengi with the double, the lone hit. Caden's first stat. How about the game she had? Caden's first stat. Goodness gracious, Caden's first stat. I mean, this girl is as good as they get. She went 4 for 4 on Wednesday with a triple, 4 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and I just keep working on new nicknames for her because I don't believe that any of the ones I've come up with have done justice to how ridiculous of a talent she is. I've called her First Stud. I've called her All Day K. But when I was growing up, if someone was like tough or was really good at something, we wouldn't call them good. We would say that is one bad dude or that's one bad chick right there. Well, how about this? Bad Caden's first stat. Unbelievable. Look at these stats. She has just dominated. She hasn't just dominated. That's a bad word. She has obliterated the competition these last 5 games. Look at these stats over their 5-game win streak for Byron. Video game numbers. 17 of 22. A batting average of 773. Just stop it. 14 runs scored. 12 RBIs. 2 doubles. 2 triples. People would consider 17 hits a great season. She's done it in 5 games. What? Bad Caden's first stat. Wow. Incredible. For the rest of the Bears, Tally Barron's 2 for 4 with a home run, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. She also was the winning pitcher on the mound. 5 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 10 strikeouts. Max Steele 2 for 4 with an RBI, a run scored. Katie Augustine 2 for 3 with a run scored. Macy Behringer 1 for 2 with a double, 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored. And then Hattie Mathery, Sydney Portner, and Ella Brennan 1 hit, and RBI, and a run. Each of them did each of that. Hit, RBI, run. They all checked the box. Mathery, Portner, and Brennan. We move on to Thursday, April. No, we're in May now. May 1st. We're already in May? I mean, where is all the time gone? It's so crazy how fast this season goes. St. Charles is going to be taking on our HVL squad, the Bombers. That's where we'll start from Cannon Falls. Allie Pagel was sending Saints back to the dugout left and right on this night. 11 strikeouts for the junior pitcher. The Bombers gave Pagel plenty of run support. 2 runs in the first. 5 in the second, all after 2 outs as well. Singles by Josie Shoquist, Templin, Rustad, and Pagel. That made it 7-0 Cannon Falls, and that was all Coach Templin needed on Thursday night as the Bombers win it. 8-1 is the final score. Here are your headlines. Path to heaven made tougher after Bombers smash Saints. Pagel dominant on mound to lead Cannon Falls. St. Charles 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. Cannon Falls 8 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. In terms of statistics, Avery Rustad 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Allie Pagel 2 for 3 with an RBI. And then, like I said, fantastic on the mound. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 11 strikeouts. Josie Shoquist 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and RBI. Emma Templin 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and runs scored. Maya Mengi 1 for 2, 2 runs scored, RBI, 2 walks. And I swear I read a couple of these games that we've reviewed for Cannon Falls. She's intentionally walked. This girl, like I said, she's as good as they get in the HVL. Nobody wants to pitch to her, and apparently the word is spread over to St. Charles too. Don't give her anything good. She'll send it a mile. Anna Riss 1 for 2 with a run scored. Chloe Shoquist 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Next up, Century and Kasson-Mantorville. This here was quite the game. Comets score 1 in the bottom of the first on an Alex Hyatt RBI single. Century would take the lead in the third, making it 2-1 Panthers going into the 5th. Each team scored a run in the 5th, a 2-out double by Allie Grunke to bring Marquardt around in for Kasson-Mantorville, but Comets still trail 3-2 going into the bottom of the 7th. Harwood reaches on an infield error, moved over to second on a Farnsworth sacrifice bunt, and then this all happens here. I got video from this. Unbelievable. Kylie Meyer comes up huge, rips a ground ball up the middle. Harwood is going to come around to score, and Kasson-Mantorville, it's all tied up now. It's all tied up, and here comes Kylie Meyer celebrating here on second base. Huh? Hey, yo.
That's an RBI for Kylie Meyer.
Dugout too, I see. Then we have this happen. So Ty Grant, Allie Grunke steps up to the plate. Here's the pitch. Perfect, barreled up on this one. Hard ground ball up the middle. Meyer is flying around third. And here she comes. No throw to this one as the Comets walk this one off of the 7th. Meyer and Grunke with back-to-back hits to put another on the lead. Comets win their 7th game of the season.
And that's your ball game. Comets 4, Century 3.
By this NPD vision. Outstanding work there, team. Here are the headlines. Meyer and Grunke ride in on white horses to save the day for Kasson-Mantorville. Game tying and winning RBIs in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the box score here. Century, they had 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. Kasson-Mantorville, 4 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. Allie Grunke, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. None bigger than that final one. Kylie Meyer, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Kylie Harwood, 2 for 3 with a run scored. Alex Hyatt, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Also pitched a complete game, 5-hitter, only 2 runs earned, 8 strikeouts for the freshman. Hyatt, Cara Farnsworth, 1 for 2. That moves us into the last game Thursday night. Lourdes taking on the Chatfield Gophers. Unfortunately, Lourdes couldn't quite get the bats going on this particular game. Chatfield would end this one in 5 innings. Final score 10-0. Here's your box score. Chatfield 10 runs on 12 hits, no errors. Lourdes 0 runs on 4 hits, 4 errors. Grace Boyson went 2 for 2. Grace Carney 1 for 2. Amelie Dolman 1 for 2. That moves us into Friday. 3 games Friday. Let's start out in Lake City. It was a battle of the Tigers as Stewartville came to town. Lake City sitting at 6-3. Stewartville at 9-3. 3 singles in the top of the first by Kaylee Lehrman, Brooklyn Peterson, and Addie Eckerman would put 1 run on the board for Stewartville. Another 3 singles in the top of the second by Shayla Shavasta, Johanna Cahoon, and Haley Lourdes. That would net 2 runs when all was said and done. 3-0 Stewartville after 2 innings. Sydney Clark just mowing through the lineup. No hitter was broken up only in the 4th inning, I believe. In the 5th, Brooklyn Peterson singled to the left field, followed by Clark stepping on one to the fence. An RBI double. Stewartville now leads 4-0. Stewartville would put 3 runs up in the 6th inning, and this one was over in the cold and rainy conditions. I'm sure everybody that was in attendance watching was happy to get to a warmer car or home or blankets or whatever. Stewartville wins it. Final score 7-1. Here's the headline. Stewartville bats finally wake up in Lake City. Kaylee Lehrman led the way. She shuts the alarm clock off. 5 players with 2 hits apiece in the battle of the Tigers. Here's your box score. Stewartville 7 runs on 13 hits. A baker's dozen. I think that might be a season high for Stewartville. No errors. Lake City 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error. Kaylee Lehrman, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and runs scored. I talked about our catcher, how amazing she's been this year. She continues her hot streak. Addie Eckerman, 1 for 4 with an RBI. That was in, I believe, the 1st inning that she did that. Shayla Shavasta, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. We need our senior second baseman stepping up here down the stretch, and she played well on Friday night. Then we had Johanna Cahoon, 2 for 3 with a 2 runs scored, our junior outfielder. We had Haley Lourdes, 1 for 4 with an RBI, a run scored. Brooklyn Peterson, 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Look at her laugh. Look at her and Sydney laughing over here on the right side. The only 2 people that may laugh more during a game, they're also named Clar and Peterson, except it's me and Craig, because we have a fabulous time watching games. Always making each other laugh. Usually Craig making me laugh. That guy's hilarious. So love to see our 2 girls also having as much fun as we do watching them. Sydney Clar on the mound. 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run. 15 strikeouts for our junior. 2 for 3 at bat. 2 doubles and an RBI. Kylie Mann, the only girl to get hits. She had 2 of them, a double and a triple. She also scored a run for Lake City. That moves us into the next game. Lourdes welcomes the GMLOK Bulldogs to Rochester. Bottom of the first, Reagan Rowley with a 2 RBI double puts Eagles up 2-1. In the 3rd, Avery Wasniewski doubles to left field. Rowley scores, making it 3-1. In the bottom of the 5th, Restovich, Boyson, and Rowley led off the inning with singles. Another one by Dolman, and Lourdes won this game. Same score as the last game we were just talking about. 7-1 in favor of Lourdes. Anna Winnicky back on the mound for Lourdes. Pitched well, getting them back in the win column. Great to see that for our HVL squad in this non-conference game. Like Wrigley, Rowley puts Bulldogs on a leash, baby. Freshman goes 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and win over GMLOK. Great to see her getting back healthy. It does take a while to get your knee underneath you. Probably not going to be fully healthy until next year, but great to see her out there and competing. GMLOK, 1 run on 6 hits, 4 errors. Lourdes, 7 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. Anna Winnicky, I thought she got the win on the mound based on that she started and what the score was. I don't know if the stats said that, but that's what it looked like to me. 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts. Amelie Dolman pitched the latter half of the game. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 0 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 2 for 4 at the plate, and RBI. Reagan Rowley, good game for her. 2 for 3 with a double, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Allie Restovich, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. And Grace Boyson had a run scored and went 1 for 3 on the day. Next up, Zumbrota versus Randolph. Don't have much for this game. I just recently found the score. It was Randolph winning at 8-0. No box score, no stats. That moves us to the one game on Saturday. Today, that is, since I record on Saturday. Byron playing Winona. Tally Barons starts the game off with a solo home run. She's got quite a few of those this season already, if I'm not mistaken. Puts Byron up 1-0 after only 4 pitches. Tally would do the same thing to lead off the third inning. First pitch, Yahtzee! Another bomb for Barons, an RBI single by Sydney Portner, and then would make it 3-0 Bears after 3, and that would be all the scoring they would need as Tally Barons completely dominated the Windhawk lineup. She threw a complete game, 1 hit allowed, 10 strikeouts to only 1 walk. Incredible game for the junior lefty. We got a box score here. I didn't have that while I was talking about the game. Sorry. Here's your headlines. No needed rally when Byron has Tally Barons. Jacks 2 home runs, throws 1 hit shutout. Byron 3 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. Winona only 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and Byron gets the big win. Tally Barons got the win on the mound. Like I said, 7/8 pitch, 1 hit, 0 runs, 10 strikeouts, 3 for 3 at the plate, 2 home runs. Cadence Firstad staying hot, 2 for 4. Double and a run scored. Max Steele 2 for 4. Sydney Portner 2 for 4 with an RBI, and Leah Strain 1 for 3 with a double. Here's our adopted HVL team. I said that we'd be back to talk about Dover-Eyota. We were able to talk about them a little bit for the Stewartville game. Their game against Byron on Monday got canceled due to the weather, but they played against Rushford-Peterson on Tuesday the 29th. Eagles got on the board in the second. Miranda Palmby drilled one to left field, ends up all the way on third. Addie Hansen puts it on the ground next at bat, does her job as Palmby comes in to score. It's 1-0 Dover-Eyota. 3 straight singles in the fourth by Foster, Palmby, and Hansen load the bases. A 2-out walk by Draper would score another. It's now 2-0 Eagles. In the fifth, Olivia Bannett would score during Foster's at bat, and then Bannett would drive in a run in the 6th inning on a double to right field. Our Eagles take this one. 4-0 was the final score. Box score, I believe I have it. Well, I have something. 4-0. And then, yeah, I do have the stats. Aubrey Foster got the win on the mound. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 11 strikeouts. As you can see, hung a donut on the board. 1 for 3 at the plate. Olivia Bannett, 2 for 4 with a double. RBI, run scored. Miranda Palmby, 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Like I said, best bubble braids in the entire TRC. Addie Hansen, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Ella Reese, 1 for 3 with a run scored. I don't think Dover-Eyota's gotten any headlines yet, have they? I don't think they've gotten any headlines. They deserve some headlines as our adopted HVL team. What does the With Weekly say? Foster and Eagles say R.I.P. Trojans, huh? Rushford-Peterson Trojans. I hope you got that. Kind of stupid, but so am I. Anyway, Foster tosses 11 strikeout gem. Palmby and Bannett multi-hit games. Rest in peace, Trojans, as the Eagles take them down. Now let's move on to the Player of the Week. Player of the Week, we always start with honorable mentions, girls that could deserve the award, but we only have one to hand out. First one up is going to be Max Steele. She was a combined 7 for 14 this week, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, at least 2 hits in every game she played this week. That is not easy. Next up, you got Emma Templin. She got the win on the mound against Zumbrota-Mazeppa, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts. Combined for the week, 5 for 10 with a triple, 6 RBIs, and 3 runs scored for the fantastic freshman. Then you got Grace Boyson, 5 for 5, 2 runs scored in 2 games this week, I believe. Maya Mengi, not getting a ton of chances because everybody's walking her, but she went 5 for 9 this week combined. 3 RBIs, 4 runs scored, 5 walks, some intentional. Kylie Pasau is the next one we're going to talk about. Pine Island, she had that big day against Goodhue. 3 for 3 with a home run and 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Then you had the big day from Carl Farnsworth against Lake City. 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs. Next up, she's on this every week. We might as well just rename it for her. 2 wins on the mound, Sydney Clark. 2 wins on the mound, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 12 strikeouts against Dover-Eyota. And then 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 15 strikeouts against Lake City. And then at the plate, a combined 3 for 6 with 2 doubles, 3 RBIs on the week. I believe the last player we have, yes, Avery Roostad, 5 for 10 with a home run, 7 RBIs this week. And seeing Cannon Falls, that also reminds me, I was going to put Allie Pagel on here too. I apologize. I think she was like 5 for 10 combined this week with 2 RBIs. And I also know she got 2 wins on the mound. I believe both of those games she had 11 strikeouts, so 22 combined strikeouts in those 2 wins. Fantastic. Allie Pagel, you deserve to be in this honorable mention. When we talk about pitcher of the week, well, I think you got to go with this girl right here. Tally Barons, 3 wins on the mound this week to up her record. 5 innings pitched, 1 hit, 0 runs, 10 strikeouts against Cannon Falls in that huge HVL matchup. And then 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, 0 runs, 10 strikeouts against the huge section matchup against Winona. So big games, big players step up in big games. She could have probably also won Player of the Week or Hitter of the Week. 7 for 11 combined, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs, 5 runs scored for Barons. But she got beat out by Player of the Week by this girl who's been unbelievable. Bad. Caden's first stat, and I put our picture up there because it's the only way I'm getting in the picture for any of the Player of the Week. I'm not nearly as good as these girls, and just our fantastic foursome there. It's incredible. You got Foster, Firstad, Peterson, and Hanson all there in the background. Gotta love those girls. Firstad, what a week for her. A combined 11 for 14. She had a double, a triple, 8 runs scored, and 6 RBIs. It's, like I said, video game numbers, but the video game is on your easiest difficulty. Difficulty. Is that a word? Yeah, it is. It is. Cadence makes it look that easy, but it's not. Unbelievable. What do we got for games this week? Well, week 7 HVL games. Monday, Blooming Prairie at Goodhue, Lake City at Triton, Lourdes at Caledonia, Zumbrota-Mazeppa at Cotter. We move to Tuesday, May 6th. Stewartville at Byron. I believe that game starts at 4 o'clock. Pine Island at Cannon Falls, Lourdes at Goodhue, Zumbrota-Mazeppa at Kasson-Mantorville. Wednesday, May 7th, Kasson-Mantorville at Northfield, Lake City at Lourdes. Thursday, May 8th, Lake City at Byron, Cannon Falls at Pine Island, PEM at Lourdes. Friday, May 9th, Kasson-Mantorville at Pine Island. Stewartville makeup game here. Stewartville at Faribault. And then Zumbrota-Mazeppa at Dover-Eyota. Saturday, busy Saturday here, May 10th. Byron at Mankato invite. Cannon Falls has a doubleheader with Randolph and La Crescent. Goodhue at Rushford-Peterson invite. Kasson-Mantorville has a doubleheader against Rochester John Marshall. Stewartville's going to be at Winona. Lourdes and Lake City are both at the Rochester Invitational. Pine Island at the Kenyon Wanamingo invite. Zumbrota-Mazeppa at the Jackson County invite. I will tell you right now, probably for certain, I'm almost certain, I will not be able to include the Saturday games. It's just way too many, and I try to record on Saturday. So I don't know if I'll take those Saturday games and bunch them into the next episode or how we'll handle that. We'll see how much information's in there. But that's a lot of stuff to try to cover, especially coming into the home stretch here in the HVL. Speaking of the HVL, Byron stats aren't updated, but they still are undefeated in conference. I don't know, what are they, 5-0 maybe? But they are playing really well, also scoring a crap ton of runs. So their QRF value will shoot up once that all gets updated. Cannon Falls in second place, 5-1 in the conference, 9-2 overall. Stewartville in third at 5-1, 10-3 overall. As you can see, just scoring a league low 4.5 runs a game. So hopefully those bats will wake up, but only allowing 1.0 runs per game. Stewartville is. So I mean, between Eckerman and Klar, they are just carrying us right now. I hope their backs aren't sore. Kasson-Mantorville in fourth place in the conference, 4-1 in conference, 6-5 overall. They're scoring an average of 7 runs a game. Speaking of scoring runs, Lake City 8 runs a game. They are 6-4 overall, 3-3 in the conference. Pine Island 3-4 in the HVL, 5-8 overall. Zumbrota-Mazeppa 2-5, 5-7 overall, and then Goodhue and Rochester Lourdes rounds that out. What do we got next? Oh, our favorite slide, one of our favorite slides of the entire week. Kaylee Lehrman. Okay, Kaylee, I got a question for you. If you could only watch one show, that's all you get to pick for the rest of your life, which one you picking? I got a lot of options here. I know Friends is a big one. Ooh, that would be tough to turn down. I know some other ones that people like. Which one are you going to pick? Let's see. Here comes Kaylee. Oh, with softball. Thank you, Kaylee. And we actually got her watching the episode last week. Here she is. Look it. Watching with softball. She just loves the show. Thanks for your support, Lehrmans. Love you guys. You guys are the best in Tiger Nation. King and Queen of TC, the family of TC. Always great to have them around. Lots of laughs with them. Oh, that's all I got for you, it looks like. I appreciate you tuning in. I believe only 3 more episodes left of What in the HVL. We will recap Week 7 next time, and then the final week of the regular season will need to be run down. HVL champion should be crowned after Week 8, and then the Season 2 finale where we name our all-with softball team, hand out maybe a few postseason awards, and then we will wait until after section play to probably send that finale out just because of how busy everybody is and how much it is to put together. I hope you guys have enjoyed the rundown here, but that's everything I have for you this week. A lot of big games this week in the HVL. A lot of amazing ladies that are going to be playing on that softball diamond. And when something amazing happens, just remember, you gotta really conjure it up from the diaphragm. Really conjure it up and yell at the top of your lungs when something incredible happens. What in the HVL just happened there? I hope to catch you all out to the field soon. Take care, everybody.